Have you ever noticed something strange? Two people can go through the same problem, but one says, "Okay, what can I do now?" And the other says, "Why does this always happen to me?" And somehow, the second person gets more attention, more sympathy, more messages, more validation. Which raises a weird question. Why do people secretly love being the victim? Now wait, before you say, "I'm not like that," relax. This isn't about pointing fingers. This is about understanding a tiny psychological trick your brain plays. And once you see it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Let's start with something simple. Imagine your friend messages you, "I failed my exam." You reply, "Oh, that's bad." Conversation over. But if they say, "I failed my exam. My teacher hates me. The questions were unfair, and my luck is terrible." Now suddenly, it becomes a story, and stories get attention. That's the first secret. Being the victim turns life into a dramatic movie, and the brain loves drama. Because drama brings sympathy, and sympathy feels good. It's like emotional chocolate. Not healthy in large amounts, but very addictive. Here's where it gets interesting. When something goes wrong, the brain has two choices. Option 1, maybe I made a mistake. Option 2, the world is against me. Guess which one hurts less? Exactly. Blaming the world protects the ego, because admitting mistakes requires effort. But being the victim requires only one thing: complaining. And complaining is much easier than changing. Let's take a real-life example. You wake up late. Option A, I slept too late, my fault. Option B, my alarm didn't ring properly, my phone battery dropped, the universe hates my sleep schedule. Suddenly, it's not your fault anymore. And weirdly, that feels comforting. But there's a deeper reason people stay in the victim mindset: attention. Human beings don't just need food and water, we also need validation. When someone says, "That's so unfair," "You didn't deserve that," "You're so strong," your brain releases little bursts of emotional relief. It feels like people care. And once the brain connects victim story equals attention, it starts repeating the pattern. Not consciously, automatically. That's why some people always have something going wrong. Not because their life is cursed, but because their brain has learned what gets emotional rewards. Think about social media for a second. Happy posts get likes, but emotional struggle posts, they get paragraphs, and the brain notices that. It quietly learns, pain gets engagement. Now here comes the surprising twist. Being the victim doesn't just bring sympathy, it also removes responsibility. And responsibility is heavy. If everything is someone else's fault, you don't need to change anything. No uncomfortable self-reflection, no difficult decisions. Just repeat the story. This is why people sometimes stay in toxic situations longer than they should. Because leaving requires action, but staying allows storytelling. And storytelling feels easier than rebuilding life. But here's the hidden cost nobody talks about. The victim mindset gives short-term comfort, but long-term weakness. Because every time you say, "I can't do anything," your brain slowly starts believing it. Confidence doesn't disappear suddenly. It disappears one excuse at a time. Now here's something funny and a little uncomfortable. Have you ever noticed how, in arguments, both people think they're the victim? One says, "You ignored me." The other says, "You never understand me." Both are emotionally correct. Both are logically confused. Because the brain isn't trying to find truth. It's trying to protect feelings. And feelings love being right. So how do you know if you're slipping into the victim mindset? There's a simple test. Ask yourself one question. what part of this situation can I control? If your brain immediately says, nothing, that's the warning sign. Because there is always something you can control. Your reaction, your decision, your next step. And here's the powerful shift. The moment you move from, why is this happening to me, to, what can I do now? You stop being the victim and start becoming the author. Same story, different role. And authors have power. Victims only have explanations. Now don't misunderstand. Real problems exist. Bad luck exists. Unfair situations exist. This isn't about ignoring pain. It's about not building a permanent house inside it. Feel it. Learn from it. Then move forward. Because the truth is simple and a little brutal. The victim mindset feels safe, but growth never happens inside safe excuses. And here's the final thought. People don't actually love being the victim. They love the attention, protection, and emotional comfort that comes with it. But once you realize that comfort is temporary, you start choosing something better. Control. And control may feel harder at first, but it's the only thing that actually changes your life. So next time something goes wrong,